Hello and welcome back to Sigh of the Abyss. I think today we're going to make our way to the Isle of Yorella to try and get the brooch back, and I will also assume that that's where we're going to meet our final potential love interest. But let's see. You wake up when the sun is yet to emerge and walk to the harbour with Silas. The docks swell with people already this early in the morning. The depths ensnare their thoughts, weaken their will, poison their souls. A new voice, a new whisper to guide you. What could it want? Ugh, the smell. The briny, fishy smell is atrocious. Silas fans her face, while you resolve to hold your breath. All around you, anglers divide their holes and repair nets. Vessels are loaded with crates and barrels. Hired guards stand in front of the open gates of a warehouse, ensuring nobody goes in. Where's the ferry? Good question. Can't say I've ever taken it. Have you ever been on the Isle? Nope. Okay, so a first for both of us. Really? How come, or don't ask? I mean, I'm guessing she doesn't have any business there, but let's ask. I had no reason to, and I know the boat trip is short, but I can't swim. Neither can I think. The sailors I've talked to say swimming is a trap. If they fall overboard, they'd rather drown quickly instead of uselessly fighting against the waves. Yeah, I mean, depends on how far out you are. How grim. Look, some people are boarding that boat. She points at the small vessel with a single sail and oars. You approach it, but a glance is enough to tell you that there is no space for you. We are not overcrowding that. There are plenty of rowboats on the shore that are being used as seats or backrests, big enough for 2 people. Silas, what about those? Rowboats? I don't know. Without a sail, the journey will take a while. I can help, you could help, or better than capsizing in the other. All of these are true. Oh, okay, the first is also only an option if you have enough, like, physical power. I can help. Right, I could too. We also need to discuss what we're breaking into, where and how we're getting in. Yep, a plan is a good idea. She squints towards the aisle. That white building at the top is the place, I reckon. She walks over to the rowboats and produces a handful of coins from her pocket. 5 copper going to Fiorella, 5 when we return. Who's up for this? The anglers look at each other. Make it 6 each, and you have a deal. She takes some more money from her pockets. Fair enough. Okay. A bit more on the left. You end up on the oars by yourself. The fisherman does not even question your strength. He seems happy to get paid for an even easier job. That's too much. Put some more strength on the right. You follow his instructions, but the rowboat is not angled towards the aisle. Ask him if he's sure or keep following his instructions. I mean, we're not like paying. Like, it's not in a taxi where you're paying by the minute, so I guess he knows his way around, like, whatever stuff is in the water or something. I mean, asking doesn't hurt, right? The current will correct the course. Keep rowing. Okay. As you inch closer to the isle, you can see the small village on the shore towards Corelisi. A sun-bleached villa rests atop the rock in the middle of the isle. Wait a second. Sir, cover your ears, please. The rowboat stops. He complies with an eye roll. That looks very similar to a couple of villas I've already been to. I assume we're taking the brooch? We are taking it, yes, or I'd rather avoid that if possible. Yeah, I mean the second one is a good answer. Like, we're not ruling it out, I assume. But if we can take it back some other way, that's probably preferable. So I'd rather avoid that if possible. Really, we can't afford to buy it back. Perhaps we can borrow it. Reuniting Emilia with proof of her lineage, albeit temporarily, could be enough to appease the spirit without playing with theft. Good idea. Borrow it? Really? And bring it back. So you want to walk in? Ask for an audience? Yes. She whistles. Okay, that's going to be interesting. How long will I have to wait? Silas looks at you with a shrug. Some hours? He tests the knot that keeps the rowboat secure and nods towards the tavern. You'll find me there. The eponymous village of Fiorella is in the shade during the morning and feels exceptionally quiet. Now I remember why I never go here. It's not that bad. Is it too sleepy for your tastes? Let's hope the villa is more interesting. Do you want to leave already? Is it too sleepy for your tastes? You know me so well already. You search for the path that will bring you to the villa perched atop the rock. Do you think they'll let us through if we enter the grounds? I don't see any fences or gates, so probably yes. Let's go. Okay, everything sounds easier than initially expected, but it can't be right. The village's cobblestones soon turn into a dirt path that curls around the rock. Once you begin ascending it, tall cypress trees flank both sides. If there were any guards at all, they would have already stopped us by now. How can the village have no guards? The Vannis are in debt. Maybe they can't afford to pay them. But they can afford to buy an heirloom. What do I know about their priorities? Yeah, that is odd. The heavy doors of the villa bear reliefs of flowers. You take the ring off the door knocker and strike 2 times. I should probably hide behind you and act like a proper bodyguard. Want to have a secret queue? A queue? For what? What for? To bolt out of the place. She wiggles her index and middle fingers, mimicking a pair of legs running. That's a signal. Okay. Footsteps come from beyond the door and she straightens her shoulders. A hatch opens and hazel eyes look out of the peeping hole. You stand on the grounds of House Vanni of Fiorella. State your business. How formal. I am here to request an audience with the house's most esteemed heir. You see the young man frown. State your name. Tell him your name or give him a pseudonym. I mean, no one's going to know our name. So, why not? Let's just go with our name. Devourer of Carolisi. Very well. Wait here, please. The hatch closes and Silas releases her breath. I didn't hear you were the kind to throw protocol out of the window. You can't follow something you don't remember. Fair point. The hatch opens abruptly.
Are you going to leave if I don't open the door?
Nope. It's important.
I'm sure it is, and so is Savani's need for quiet and focus. I mean, relatable. Keep your visit short.
The doors unlock and open. The servant that you could barely see reveals himself as a bored-looking youth in faded liveries. Silas looks about to whistle at the sight of the villa's grand hall, but manages to restrain herself. The servant closes the door behind you and guides you to a smaller door left open.
After you.
Much of the study is covered in various papers and parchments, and ink bottles are used liberally as weights to keep the edges from curling. The atlas hung on the wall, while impressive, is still incomplete. Sir Valerico, heir of House Vanni, is searching it from atop a stool.
And we just know that? Okay.
Greet him, clear your voice, ask him what he's doing, or wait until he is done.
Now we should announce ourselves, so let's just greet him.
Greetings, I hope I'm not disturbing you. He strokes his beard, repeats something to himself, and turns to give you his full attention.
Such directness, Miss Livera.
His black doublet betrays his allegiance to a guild. A noble who practices a profession is quite the rare sight.
Oh, very fancy. Your wish has been granted. You are in my presence.
Exchange pleasantries before asking for the brooch, or go straight to the point. So, out of politeness, I would exchange pleasantries, but then again, we were told not to waste his time. So, yeah, that's straight to the point. I have an unusual request, Sir Vanni. I believe you have recently found yourself in possession of a brooch that originally belonged to the now dissolved House Castaldon. The smile drains from his face.
I'm afraid your informant deceived you.
Perhaps he'd be a better liar if he wasn't so agitated. I have no reason to believe I was deceived. The silence among you is deafening. You are the one to break it. I would like to borrow the brooch.
Borrow?
I intend to return it after...
No.
Okay, we're all being straightforward. Why not? I am willing to negotiate. That is not an answer I'm willing to accept. It is of paramount importance, I beg of you. I'm not going to beg at this point. I am willing to negotiate.
I am not.
His servant steps away from the door. Not a moment later, Silas unsheathes her dagger. You're not the only one with a knife.
Don't hurt him. The lad has nothing to do with this.
Doesn't he? The seneschal holds the handle of a dagger as well, partially concealed in a sash. Try to negotiate with a noble, intimidate him, or you will answer me truthfully. This is all... Ooh. Okay, don't want to intimidate him. I don't want this to result in violence. So negotiate or you will answer me truthfully. That is very harsh. I'm going to try to negotiate for now. The idea of losing the item seems to cause you much distress. That is not my wish. How can I prove my goodwill towards you?
You could have sent a letter instead of entering the estate under a false premise.
What? We did not mention a false premise. Everything we stated was true.
Yeah, false premise. I was nothing but truthful.
Perhaps then you need to be more proactive.
Wait.
So much, in fact, that I am willing to share with you the reason I need the brooch. I must present it to the heir of House Castledon. Alarico's hand claws at the sheet of paper, unfortunate enough to be under his palm.
The heir? You know where she is located?
Yes.
Have the tables turned? A dissolved house, the last heir and a lost heirloom. Surely you don't intend to reinstate the Castledons?
I do, or that is not my intention.
I don't care either way, but
yeah, so from what we were told is that Emilia doesn't really want to do it, so I guess that's not our intention either then. That is not my intention.
What is your intention then?
To present the brooch to the heir, present her with a choice, and let her make it. Yeah, that's good. He ponders for a moment.
Do you believe her wish is to return to her house?
You shake your head.
Allow me then a counter-offer. We will leave Fiorella together with the brooch. You will introduce her to me while presenting her with the heirloom.
But why? Good question. He's reluctant to tell you, but eventually relents.
My beloved, if she became a noble, we could marry at last.
What? Huh. Wait, so you want to reinstate House Castledon?
For love. Okay, that's a twist I did not expect.
No more a tease. Valerico explains how his beloved, Michaela, is currently in Carolisi with child. The only way for him to recognize the baby would be elevating Michaela to nobility, then marrying her, hence his plan to reinstate House Castledon. Okay. It seems our wishes align. Lead the way.
Excellent. Zeno, send word to the docks. Yes, Savani. This is wild, and also way easier again than expected. Huh. Okay, strange. And we did not meet our love interest because that is clearly not him. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised at how fast this is all going, but okay.
You wade through the streets of Carolisi with a purpose.
She works as a seamstress, you say?
As an apprentice, yes.
How shameful.
Silas glares at him. Yeah.
No, there's nothing shameful about an honest trade.
Good man. I like him.
Yes, Savani.
Word to bootlicker. When you reach the stitch and seam, you see the head seamstress happily chatting with the family. Her eyes fall on your group, and she gasps. I am truly sorry, but I don't believe you'll find what you need here. We're a humble workshop. That's exactly what she said when she first saw Morani and you. Is Emilia here? Can she come out for a moment? She looks at Valerico's doublet. Come inside. You don't have to wait too long. A dark shawl covers Emilia's shoulders, embroidered with the vines and wheat that adorn the brooch. She talks to you, but the voice in your head covers her own. Did we do a bad?
Proof of your lineage shall elevate her. Proof of her blood to set her free.
It does not stop. It chants almost fanatically the same words. Emilia, it's good to see you.
First of all, miss, you have my condolences. Matron Lady Castledon will be dearly missed.
It's a platitude, one Emilia doesn't seem to receive positively. don't believe we have been introduced.
Proof of her lineage shall elevate her. Proof of her blood to set her free.
The chanting grows in fierceness, so much that you can barely focus on the multitude of voices around you. The brooch, please, before anything else.
What?
Please. Valerico produces the brooch from his doublet, and several things happen. Emilia gasps. The voice turns quiet. Eager. It needs something more. You take the brooch and stumble towards Emilia. Stay still, please. You secure it to her shawl. May House Castledon take root in the virgin soil and spread the word of the abyss. For a moment you feel what Enelia's mother felt as she slit her wrists to bathe you in blood. Pride. Purpose. Hope. You are hungry and devour it all. The abyss has given you a new gift. What will you do with it? That's how this works. We do what the voices say and gain skill points. Interesting. I want to keep things balanced, so I'm going to give the point to Enthroned Mind. When you open your eyes, you are kneeling on the ground. Devourer of souls, consume a soul and grow in power was the achievement we got. Devour the soul? Okay, but not Enelia's, I guess, but the mother's, or what? Okay, when you open your eyes, you are kneeling on the ground. Silas is shaking your shoulder, and Enelia talking to you, but their voices feel miles away. You stand up. The shadows around you are deeper and are thrilled to greet you. I shouldn't make you worry this much. The brooch is in Enelia's hands. Apologize for forcing it on her. I don't say anything. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to understand why we're apologizing, but let's try anyway. Enelia, I'm sorry for forcing it on you. You didn't look so well. Sometimes she's strange like that. Silas shakes her head with a sigh. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better, at least. Enelia returns the piece of jewelry to Valerico. House Castledon does not belong to my future.
It does belong to mine.
He colors his tale for her with the intention of pulling at her heartstrings, no doubt. With Enelia's concession, Valerico and Michaela could be star-crossed no more. And on he goes, describing his beloved's aches and worries that separated them. Enelia looks torn. I must say I am not sure, for the Castledon name to be brought back for this.
Brought back for love.
She fidgets.
It could be a new start, a fresh beginning for the house. There are precedents.
Enelia, you don't seem to like the idea, or what don't you like about the idea?
These are also tough choices.
She doesn't seem to like the idea, but I'm also curious, really, why. I also don't want to force it on her if she doesn't want to. But maybe we can get her to explain? Or would she also explain? Okay, I'm going to try to be on her side, and maybe she explains still with this one. Enelia, you don't seem to like the idea. I do not. Lady of Dawn, aid me. I do not wish the title for myself, yet I do not want anyone else to have it either. What a selfish wretch I am. Don't call yourself that. Sir Vanni, despite my aversion, I know what is right. The papers, I will bring them to you.
Please, do.
Once she is gone, the noble turns to you.
You kept your word.
I always do. Or were you doubting me? I mean, so far we've always done, so yeah, I always do. Famous last words. Yeah, fair.
You have my thanks. Know that you will always have a friend in me.
What are the perks?
Perks?
You impertinent.
I'm afraid I cannot offer much, but if you ever find yourself in need of a translation...
He bows to you.
I am fluent in Thayan, Illyrian and High Anisitan, and know some Javidian as well.
Okay, good to know. Emilia comes back with the papers. Despite your funerary shawl, she looks happy. Okay, so winds all around? Okay, again, that was kind of surprising, but I mean, we did that quest, I guess. I'm wondering, depending on how we would have acted with Valerico, if we could have failed to get the brooch and, like, not gotten the power from Emilia. The woes of choice-based games. You'll never know unless you play again. The rest of the day is hazy like the distant mist that veils the sea's edge. Once night falls, the abyss welcomes you in its blissful void. Envoy of its power, you have consumed an offering, a willing soul, lamb to your slaughter. Your understanding grows. It doesn't.
Yeah, it truly.
I still don't know what you are.
Did you not see it in the fierce, desperate love of the one you met today?
Tell me what you are. Tell me what you want from me. No answer comes. Please.
Drown the false sun in blood. Bring its name back to their lips. The prodigal one shall cower and be in awe of its truth.
Okay, great. Not any clearer, but yeah, one quest checkmarked, I guess. You wake up panting. The harsh words of the abyss swirl in your mind. The false son, the prodigal one. The false son has been mentioned several times before, although they didn't quite explain it yet. But the prodigal one? Curious about that one. Who could this person be? Is the abyss talking about Alphion? Or Aichi? Silas whimpers in her sleep.
Are you having a bad dream?
As you turn towards her, a shiver runs down your spine. The shadow she casts does not belong to her.
Behold, the ancient horror, the mistake, the unwanted.
Wings and tendrils dance madly all around her, forming shapes that you can barely grasp.
Consumed by grief, it will destroy us all.
Wake up!
You shake her awake and she sits up suddenly.
What? Ah.
She is covered in cold sweat. Check if she has a fever or observe her from afar. Let's check her. You crawl closer. The hair on her forehead is soaked in sweat.
Shit. nightmare. I had it too.
You wipe your hand on the bed sheets while she curses more. Scylla slaps herself, once, twice, with enough strength to make the strike echo in the small room. Once her cheek turns fiery red, she sighs.
Much better.
Why did you do that?
Because it's real. The pain. A nightmare is not real.
You wish her words were true, but the alien shadows emanating from her were real. The delirium of limbs you saw felt familiar. It was clumsily described to you by a sailor suffering from the same nightmare.
Once you feel better, please take me to the harbor.
Why?
I think I can do something about the nightmare, so I don't know yet. Honestly, I don't know yet. But I assume the first one is Livera's plan, so sure, I think I can do something about the nightmares.
Really? All right.
She is still shaken. Hug her, reassure her, what can I do for you? Or, and so are you. Hug her, while we're both naked. Between reassuring her and asking her what I can do. Yeah, I'm going to ask her.
What can I do for you?
I don't know. I'm really cold for some.
You start unwrapping the cover around you when she jumps up.
No. There's no need for that. Really. I appreciate it, but I feel much better already.
You decide to draw her a bath and arm yourself with the buckets. Okay, I guess we could have warmed her, but oh well. Without Mirani's magic, it will take you several trips to fill the tub. You put the buckets down to push the door open. When you do...
Huh?
Hello!
Long time no see.
Indeed. Reach out for her. I'm glad to see you again. What took you so long? Or tears swell in your eyes? Let's not get too dramatic. Yeah, I think in my heart of hearts I have decided I want to try romancing her. Like, again, we haven't even yet met the last potential love interest, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna change my mind, but... I mean, if we meet a friend again after a long time and we miss them and we worried about them, I would hug them, so I'm going to reach out to her. You clutch her hands in yours. The warmth of her skin is wonderful reassurance. She truly is back.
You're back! I had to prove my goodwill. Show genuine guilt to win my freedom back. Genuine? Enough to fool the council.
You hear a gasp coming from the privy.
Why did you make the water so hot?
Hot. It's the most pleasant temperature.
Here they go again. Silas mumbles something.
I drew a bath for her. She is not feeling well.
You know I can hear you, right?
Mirani sits at the table.
Tell me what happened while I was busy.
Be truthful or gloss over the details. No, we're going to be truthful with her. No matter what her plans are, it's going to happen anyway, so... yeah. You tell her of Enile's mourning shawl and how vines and wheat intertwine in the Casteldon crest. What happened in La Marina? She is relieved to hear you parted with Renza amicably. What then? We went to Fiorella, the isle off the coast. We walked straight to the main gate to talk to the Vanir. I feel I might have an ally in him, and in Enilia. An ally? You going to war or something? I promised I would return the brooch to him. Silas, you've been awfully chatty for someone who's not feeling well. She doesn't want to be left out. That's because I'm feeling better. That's a relief. Are you still soaking in the tub? Come out then, or you still haven't eaten anything. I am not going to begrudge anyone for staying in the tub longer than you must, because me. That's a relief. Mirane shakes her head in disbelief. Back to important matters, Livera. What happened when you presented the brooch to the seamstress? Tell her or hesitate? No, again, we need to be open, especially with her, because she knows a lot. Like, the only other person would be like Alphion and, well, Ag. They might understand, they might give us some guidance as well. But I want her perspective on things, so tell her. The voice that belonged to her mother, the soul that was guiding me, it gave itself to me. She accepts what you tell her like she knew all along. And you consumed it. Can you tell? In truth, I cannot. While forcibly kept in the halls, I had to empty my mentor's quarters. He enjoyed journaling, and the diaries he left are a testament to his madness, your greatness, and the power of the abyss. She throws a glance at the washroom's door. Or should I say, the power of the goddess to appease Silas? They are not the same. Most definitely not. Okay, if you're so sure. The door opens and Silas walks out, clothed yet drenched. Mirane points a finger at her. Hot wind tickles your cheek. Silas yells in surprise, but when she looks at herself, her hair and clothes are dry. Very handy. Wait, again, wasn't she not supposed to use her powers? Don't do that ever again. I was expecting a thank you. Thank you for what? I wanted to lie in the sun for a bit. And keep your finger away from me. I don't want to get drenched again. It hasn't been an hour yet and you are already arguing. Right, let's do something better instead. Didn't you want to go to the harbor? It's good to be a trio again. I like Silas, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I also love their dynamic, so it's fun. I'm starving, miss. I don't suppose you brought anything to snack on, did you? I know of a lovely bakery across the canal that might have something to snack on. Lead the way. The bell tower of the nearby shrine catches your eyes. You never visited it again, but did the whisper not mention the false sun in its presence, just like the abyss did? So, miss, what did you do while you were gone? You never told us. I didn't tell you. I had forgotten how sour you are. Silas is interrupted by a dreadful wet noise coming from one of the alleys. Let's move. Okay. The shadows around you come to life and beckon you to come closer. Wait. Desperate, they call for you, and you round the corner. Crawling on the cobblestones, a peasant is inching towards you. Help! Gurgles bubble in his mouth. When he throws up, fresh blood paints his chin and the ground in crimson. They will all die, squeezed for their sweat, prized like the donkey is for its work, not for its being. Stupid voices, not now. Can the shadow soothe them? Can they do anything at all? Can... More spasms, more blood. The peasant collapses on the ground. Silas, call for help. The shadows around him thrash one last time before returning inert. His limbs are already stiff when the priests of dusk arrive. They carry the corpse to the temple in a stretcher. Oh, is it that illness that goes around? What grim work must that be? I could never do something like that. Obviously, you wanted to ignore the poor man's plea. I know a lost cause when I see one, or hear one. Silence falls among you. Really? Only because you hear someone struggling, that doesn't mean they're a lost cause. Livera? There was nothing I could do. His death is one of many. Well, true, that's cold. I don't want to talk about it. He was alone and scared. I wish I could have done something for him. Yeah, I'll go with this one. He was alone and scared. I wish I could have done something for him. Marane places her hand on your shoulder and shares a moment of silence with you. Countless other peasants have died a similar death. Have you not written their funerary notices? Have you not kept an eye on the recurring details? Will you write his notice too? They will all die, squeezed for their sweat, prized like the donkey is for its work, not for its being. As the whisper crawls into your thoughts, your eyes fall on Scylla's shadow. It's hers, but this morning it wasn't. Do you want to go back home? Not when you said you were starving. No. There is death all around you, but life must go on. Yep, that's true. Cannot do anything about it right now, but I'm guessing it will be a topic along the line. What a foul smell. Welcome to the harbor. Marane's nose wrinkles as she uselessly fans her face. The docks swell with people. Some play dice while waiting around, others repair nets or gut fish, but the vast majority form a swarm that hides most of a large vessel from sight. What's going on there? A foreign flag flies at half-mast. That Thayan ship is. Cries in a language you don't understand announce a resounding splash. Wooden creaks and the dragging of chains form a disastrous cacophony. The mast, the only part of the vessel you can see clearly, is swaying wildly. Is falling apart. Observe the sinking ship walk somewhere else. I don't know what we're going to observe here, but let's try. Like, we have nowhere to be, I don't think. The shadows painted by the crowd over the docks reach out for you. You might not understand Thayan, but you do understand them. Curiosity and a strange sense of vindication is what unites most of the people spectating the sinking. Oh, okay. Why is nobody offering them assistance? Well, they're Thayans. As if that justifies watching the vessel sink without lifting a finger. I'm not saying it does. Want me to ask around about what the deal is with the ship? She doesn't even wait for a confirmation and disappears into the crowd. Couldn't you help Marane? Oh, she helped last time and got locked away for that, basically, so... The people aboard are not in danger. Yeah, no, we don't want a repeat of last time. Not that I think she'd do it. But yeah. The people aboard are not in danger. The fools forced to save goods before themselves are. Her nostrils flare. And there is nothing I can do. Silas runs back to you. Well, that was weird. I tried to ask around what happened, but they gave me some bogus answer about angry sirens. How quaint. A small band of sailors runs over to the sinking ship, and you make way for them. The voice should guide you, like it spoke to you after seeing Scylla's morphed shadows, but it is silent as you roam the dockyard. That's disappointing. When we want them to talk, they don't. Great. Occasionally, something at the edge of your vision grabs your attention. There are several people whose shadows dance instead of mirroring their movements. You observe them from afar, but nothing else seems amiss. Disappointing. Are the whispers not supposed to tell you what to do? Where is the guidance now that you need it? What did you need from here again? I don't know. If we are to come back, I will prepare perfumed scarves. Good idea. You hate the smell that much? Your search is fruitless, for now. Okay, so something to do later. You decide to celebrate Mirani's return with a visit to the Rose. Oh yeah, we haven't been there for a while. You're paying, right, miss? Someone will have to. And that someone is you, right? Mirani relents with an eye roll. The Rose is a familiar sight by now. In the corner, Alpheon is lounging on a sofa with his lute. The notes of his song and the voices merge together in the back of your head, pleasant and buzzing. You hang your cloak and throw a glance at the mezzanine, blissfully empty. Time for the assorted roast! Scylla marches towards the counter with purpose, leaving you alone with Mirani. Do you think she'll ever care about anything more pressing than her dinner? She does not hide her contempt. I'm sure she will. No, and that's alright, or no, unfortunately. Nah, come on, don't fault her for liking food. That's totally fair. So, no, and that's alright would also be a fair answer, but I don't think so. I'm sure she will. How optimistic. I'm honestly surprised you managed to appease a soul despite Scylla's constant harping about the most banal and mundane things. I mean, I don't disagree. Without help, I could not have managed, also true. Don't say that or don't say anything. Without her help, I could not have managed. She does have her uses. What a cynical way to look at people. If Scylla were an honest woman, I would have no qualms about her, but she is not. Liars, thieves and swindlers make for poor company. I don't know, I think her insight is handy. Scylla returns right in that moment, but her eager smile quickly clouds when she sees Mirani's frown. I thought we were here to celebrate. You thought correctly. Then why does it look like you just ate a lemon? Mirani forces a smile on her face, but it's more threatening than anything. Better? She is the first to head to the mezzanine, and after exchanging a glance with Scylla, you follow her. From your vantage point, you have a full view of the stained glass windows that give the Rose its name. The forced smile on Mirani's face has turned into a frown once Scylla is meeting with silence instead of a barb. You have the feeling that this celebration will be a repeat of the very first dinner you spent at the Rose with Mirani and Scylla. It's up to you to salvage it. Okay. I'm so glad we're back here all together. I really am. Could I ask a favor of you two? What, to get along? Because, why do you two dislike each other so much? Good question. Although, I mean, in part we already know. Do you two remember our very first visit to the Rose? I mean, it's not that long ago. And this is what I'm really feeling, so yeah. I'm so glad we're back here all together. Yeah. Mirani doesn't say anything, but her frown softens ever so slightly, and silence falls among you once again. Great. Alfion's song comes to an end, and the patrons below you clap politely and ask for encores. Wave to him, or Mirani's and Scylla's situation requires your full attention. I am curious about Alfion, but no, I'm gonna keep with my girls here. I was hoping we could all enjoy our time together. Once food arrives, I will. Mirani's nostrils flare. You brace yourself for the inevitable barb, but it never comes. Silas, please take no offense in my question. I am simply curious. Her tone is as neutral as it can be. Why is it that dinner is such a momentous occasion for you? Silas looks at her blankly. You're always excited about it. I don't get to have it very often. But you have a salary now, an honest job, and a roof over your head. Yeah, up until you take it away. The roof, I mean. And why would I do that? That's just how your kind works. Her kind, or let Mirani answer. Her kind? Oh, you know. I don't. Please, illuminate me. You're used to being all right, miss, and if you aren't, you have the coin to change that. Indicatrix Emerita of the Halls, Third of the Council, Hand of the Order, and Brilliance of the School of the Ether. To you, these are meaningless titles, a string of words with no meaning, but they are my life's accomplishments, my great work. Luxuries and freedom can be taken away. Am I not the proof of that? But knowledge can't. And I know I do not understand much of how the city works, thus I rely on you. I have no shame in admitting that. Silas doesn't quite know how to answer all that, understandably. Without your presence, the safe house would languish, empty and abandoned, for I have no use for it. You give it purpose. Okay, that's a nice way to put it. How can you say these wonderful things in such a terrifying tone? All of this to say that you will not remove you from the safe house, Silas. That was quite the speech. Need some water? Don't say anything. Torn between these two. Should we jab her a little bit? Let's reassure Silas. All of this to say that she will not remove you from the safe house, Silas. Silas looks at her for confirmation. That is a gross oversimplification of all that I just said, but yes. Nice. Okay. Oh, these two, I swear. The stairs creak, announcing the presence of the innkeeper. Delicious wafts of aroma leave the assorted roast he places on the table.
Is everything all right here?
Peachy. Unconvinced, he grunts an acknowledgement and returns downstairs.
What a polite way to let me know I had lost my composure.
Silas is already devouring the dinner. With her taken by the food and Mirani flustered by the outburst, it doesn't take long for the evening to come to an end. What a celebration. We're walking you to the halls, miss.
For free?
Wouldn't want to let you loose in the city when you don't know the way. Mirani grins.
So you did listen.
Once you drift among the sweet waves of slumber, the abyss rouses to speak to you.
What once was a pinnacle now cries alone where light does not reach. Shunned by mortals, It sings for you. For me. Okay. That was no info at all. Silas didn't have any nightmares during the night, but you're no less worried. The words of the abyss stay with you as you get dressed. Something, a pale imitation of life, is trying to reach out for you. Morning! The sun's first light is heralded by the echo of several bells. The city wakes together. You have established a small morning routine with Silas, a visit to the outhouse, a stop by the well. The miss is coming today as well, right? I think so. Sweet. You just want the breakfast. When Miranda arrives, she is accompanied by a savory smell. You brought little oranges? Silas rummages through the baskets still hanging on Miranda's arm. Couldn't you at least pretend to have manners? Silas takes out a small bowl coated in breadcrumbs, orange in color. Definitely not fruit. When she bites into it, she reveals the filling of rice and vegetables. Oh, that sounds lovely. Apparently not. Once you're done eating, Miranda clears her throat. I might not have been entirely forthcoming with you yesterday. Silas, this is your new home. Nothing is changing for you. All right. However, I made arrangements for a different accommodation for you, Devourer. A room has been secured for you at the Refrain. Situated in the middle of the heart, the guest house of the halls is concealed from prying eyes by a magical ward. One wing of the building doesn't seem to be used. Does it exist at all? Or is it merely an illusion? Wait. Okay. Kind of sad to leave our little hideout here, but okay, curious. Never heard of it. For a reason. It's a guest house managed by the halls, magically concealed to protect those within. I wouldn't trust it. We're talking about the same halls that made you disappear for us tonight. Miranda's jaw clenches. She ignores the comment. I'd like to see this guest house. Forgive me for being apprehensive about it. It's good to be a little worried, but what are the amenities? I'm sure there are plenty. There must be a catch. I would really like to ask both of these. I would like to see it, but also, is there a catch? But if that's Miranda offering and she doesn't seem apprehensive about it, I think we're going to stay positive. I'd like to see this guest house. Silas makes a face but doesn't say anything. Can't you come with us? Okay. The colorful squalor of the eastern hold turns into splendor past the twin bridges. For once, I have no idea where to go. Bring us to Atre's Rest. I should be able to find my way once we're there. Aye, aye. She leads you from one alley to the other. One of them has a small group of people gathered around a doorstep. They are all in various states of underdress, with loosened blouses or no shirts. Your presence, or is it Miranda's, elicits fearful whispers. Just passing through, we're not interested. She marches past them, hand-waving her concerns away. Did you just lead us past the brothel? The name is Pillow House, and yes, it's the shortest way to. Pillow House, okay. While not quite as sacred as an Anisita, prostitution in Carolisi is under the protection of the Lady of the Prime, who supplies the pillow houses with lambskin and silphium. Outside of the regulations imposed by a guild, pillow houses are free to set their own prices and practices.
New ones quickly replace those that go out of business. Okay. She makes a grand gesture to the square opening up before you, watched over by a tree statue. Mirane looks above her shoulder for a moment before searching for the citadel in the distance. Follow me, it's a short walk from here. You said the refrain is magically concealed. Indeed, you will not see it until I make it known to you. Ugh. The sun-drenched streets of Carolesia are speckled with red geraniums and the late delicate blooms of orange trees. Rani approaches such a tree, but when you blink... What just happened? Okay. The view shifted in front of your eyes, revealing the fenced courtyard of a foreign-looking palace. Exquisitely dark shadows hide under the arches, topped by a belfry without a bell. Welcome to the refrain. Mirane takes a heavy key from her belt and unlocks the gate. Was this place hiding under my nose all this time? Mind your volume while you are here. We are not alone. Silas frowns and purses her lips together. The foyer is surprisingly austere, dominated as it is by a wooden flight of steps polished to shine. To the side, an open door reveals a banquet hall, similarly elegant in its simplicity. Ooh. Silas looks at the walls, adorned with bas-reliefs of the goddess sun, and traces the symbol of dawn in the air. It looks nothing like I imagined. The first floor is bathed in natural light. Rows of identical doors flank the carpeted hallway. It's this one. She pushes the door open and lets you catch the first glimpse. The room prepared for you is small, but does not feel cramped. An ornate divider hides the head of the bed from sight. Look at the writing desk. There's a nice scent in the air, or what's inside the armoire. I want to ask everything. The scent, I guess, from the flowers. The armoire. Is that the first thing you would look at? I guess now that it's an option, I want to look. It's empty. Damn. I should remedy that. You know, it's not half bad. Dare I say it's nice. And it's fit for a mess. Do you want to come with, Silas? What will happen to the safe house, or I agree? I don't know, it kind of feels weird not to ask Silas, but then again, that's not the route I want to go, and it also feels like the safe house is her place, like we've kind of established that by now, like just before, that it was to be a home. I'm just gonna say I agree. It is nice. Mirane approaches the painting hung by the bed and flips it. Behind it, a hole in the wall has a rope passing through and a small bell. What's that? Mirane rings the bell. A moment later, the rope begins to move. If I understood the mechanism correctly, this should bring boiled water and some herbs very soon. So there's a mage stuck downstairs whose only job is to make drinks? That can't be right, or look at Mirane for confirmation. Yeah, that can't be right, but let's just let her explain. I'll be frank, I do not know who prepares this. Fair enough. The echo of a small bell rings in the hollow of the wall, and the pulley system brings up a tray with 3 steaming cups of water and several bundles of herbs. How do they know we're 3 in here? Yeah, I thought the same thing. Morane places the tray on the writing desk and puts the painting back in place. They could probably hear us from the hall. Now I really want to know who they are. Morane shakes her head and dips a bundle of mint into a cup. Livera, take the lemon balm. Silas could probably use the chamomile. Okay. There aren't enough chairs for 3, and Silas refuses the drink. I want to look around. I can, right? If I stay quiet. As long as you behave like a guest should. I will. Follow Silas or stay here with Morane. I've made my choice. The tisane is too warm to be consumed immediately, so you take some time to observe the room. I hope you find it to your liking. It's too lavish for me, or I do. No, it's nice. I do. I'm glad to hear that. It's not as remote as the Eastern Hold, and the district is safer at night. A voice on the other side of the door catches your attention, as does Silas' cry. Morane rolls her eyes and opens the door. A bespectacled man in a blue jacket, a mage, turns his attention from Silas to you.
Ascanio, it's unlike you to be late.
Pretty strings fall from Ascanio's ears and frame his finely shaped face. Not even the hue of his glasses can mask how piercing his gaze is.
Late? Did I not tell you you were expected at the 11th hour?
It's not even the 10th yet.
Forgive me for being eager to learn more of the Hall's best-kept secret.
One I am sure you will keep.
The threat in his voice is not veiled in the slightest, but that doesn't faze Morane.
Miss, I am happy to answer your questions about your new accommodation.
He seems to be the... still don't know how to pronounce that? Seneschal? Keeper of the guest house? He did not even properly introduce himself. Why do the Halls want to protect me, or the existence of the refrain is a secret? The second one makes sense to me. I don't think we need that much more explanation. The first one does interest me, if it's just Morane, putting in a good word for us, or what. He glares at her.
She found disturbing information about you in Fernando's journals. Her mentors. That commands protection. And study.
Okay.
Now ask the real question.
Who's heating the water for the tisane? Am I the only guest at the moment? Who else has a room here? Or you ask, Silas. Is it important? Who is heating the water? No, I think that's something I'd be more interested in.
Am I the only guest at the moment?
I am not at liberty to divulge that information.
He bows curtly.
I should show you around. Follow me.
The interior of the refrain isn't as big as the outside would suggest. Ascanio shows you where you can find the washroom and privy, and walks you downstairs to list the simple menu offered in the dining hall.
I will return to my study. Try and maintain a modicum of decorum while you are in the shared areas.
Fair enough. His study is on the opposite end of the banquet hall. As soon as the door is closed, Silas puffs out air.
Does everyone in the halls treat a conversation like a fight they need to win?
What a mercilessly accurate assessment. Is Ascanio a friend of yours, Morane, or what is it that he does in there? In there he does his work. That's, more interesting to me. Is Ascanio a friend of yours, Morane? Calling him a friend is a stretch. Morane hands you the key to your room. I'm afraid I must take my leave as well. So soon, or how come? So soon? With the solstice coming, the council meets more often. I'll see you tomorrow outside the gates. She curtsies and leaves. Okay, I was mainly asking if he's her friend because, like, can we trust him or how much we can trust him, but I mean, if Marani brought us here, then I suppose we can. And, like, she didn't warn us or anything. What does the solstice have to do with the council? The halls are involved with the festival, that's all I know. Silas looks around the foyer. I still find this place strange, but it's really nice. Aren't you relieved about seeing less of me, or won't you be lonely on your own? Won't you be lonely on your own? A bit, but now I can steal your mattress and have double the bed. Besides, I'll visit every day to make sure you're alive and whatnot. Bring you breakfast, maybe. Ah, the miss forgot about the descents. They're probably cold by now. Want to go back upstairs, or...? I think I will go to the temple. Your search of the harbor was fruitless without the boys to guide you. You need some kind of direction, and you found it at the temple. Makes sense. And the ancient horror isn't the only plague of Carolisi. How many peasants are falling to the blood death? Enough that someone should give it a proper name. Let me come with you. Sure. You have been reading for the temple for some hours. Silas is long gone, and people trickle in asking for your services at a slow pace. One such person is a stocky man with a downturned mouth. When he sees you, his eyes grow large and scared, and he crushes the roll of parchment in his hands.
Miss Livera, you're...
He bolts away before finishing a sentence, possessed by unholy terror, at your sight. Chase after him and tangle him so you can reach him, or wait. Why did you run like that? Is the weight going to do much? I don't want to entangle him. Chasing after him might be the best. Let's chase after him. If you weren't trapped between the chair and counter, you would have reached him, but once you look outside from the entrance, he is long gone. The man was the first to recognize you, and he was afraid. News of your disappearance must have spread, or who were you before becoming an envoy? But... huh? Okay, so we really were someone, or even if we just took over the body of someone. Oh, I wonder if any of those choices would have really let us reach him. Maybe if our skill points were high enough? Who were you before becoming an envoy? He did call you Miss. Coupled with the clothes that were left for you, it does paint a picture, one too vague for your liking.
Is everything alright?
Brother Mattia approaches your counter with a bowl in hand. The fragrant, savory smell of fried fennel flowers tickles your nose.
You have been here for hours. You should eat something.
He places the bowl on the counter and nudges it in your direction. Thank you. The salt-sprinkled flowers are crunchy and delicious. Brother Mattia leans over the counter with a smile. This could be the perfect chance to learn more about the goddess. I have some questions about the ladies, or have you ever heard of a false sun? Are we going straight to it? Let's try. Have you ever heard of the false sun? This is a question he does not like. Someone mentioned it in passing on the streets. It made me curious.
The giant goddess is not without detractors. That is the name non-believers use to refer to her.
You were right. The false sun is the goddess. The abyss wants you to destroy her.
Oh, great. Do you remember the favor I asked of you?
Of course. You show him a list you keep in a drawer, one that tracks all the funerary notices you are asked to write. Here you are. He gives it a quick read.
They all come from the lands of House Rizzo.
The coat of arms of House Rizzo is framed by flames and prominently features a burning branch. Children born in the lands of House Rizzo are gifted incense by the house and keep it pristine until the time of death, when it is burned outside the house. He folds the list and hides it in his robe.
I think I know who to ask for assistance. Thank you again for your service, Libera, and don't let the food get cold.
You take another fennel flower, just in time for an old couple to approach you. Death, you read and write of so much death. The occasional love message is welcome, and so are celebrations of births and weddings. Love and Carolisi. A conversation between friends. You discarded all subtlety, Yedda. It was painful to witness. For you, perhaps. Fernando seemed to like my forwardness. Be forward to him in private, then, the next time. What makes you think he's interested? He did mention a hearth. Yes, one you do not belong to. I cannot imagine he'd discard his beloveds for you.
Discard his beloveds for you?
Not discard them. I could be a new ember lit by his sizzling flame.
May Rico forgive your dreadful poetry.
Hey, no shaming. Then a familiar face graces you.
Hello again, miss.
It's the sailor with the same nightmare as Silas. How are you doing? He grimaces and slides a letter over the counter.
I'll feel much better once I know what this says.
My dearest Querent, it is with a heavy heart that I give you this grievous news. His eyes turn wide and unblinking. Water overflows in you. A sailor, perhaps? Your root spells doom unless you root yourself in water's enemy, Earth. You frown. For 1 gold piece. Sir, this is a scam.
No, keep reading.
This Lady of Dreams wants to be paid to rebalance your humors.
She can do that. I'm not the only one with the nightmares. I could get the others to pitch in.
Sir, please.
But she's right. She's right about the water. When I wake up, tears fill my eyes, but they do not sting. I cry, not because I am scared, but to rid myself of the water overflowing in me.
You mull over the words in front of you. Your root spells doom.
That's what she said, yes.
Can you tell me, right before the nightmare started, you were on a vessel, correct? Where was it bound?
I was on a ship from Ligustica, and no, nothing remarkable happened during the journey.
Ligustica, a sea republic in the Inicetan Peninsula, Ligustica is titled the Domineering after the might of its navy. Its austere flag depicts a wide field sliced by red lines. Its rivalry with Dogado is legendary, and the two sea powers know that crossing paths with one another means a skirmish is inevitable.
Politics.
You have never heard that name before. Well, now we have.
You know how it goes, right? The Javidians sell things to us, and we resell them to others. Ligustica is a sea republic like Dogado, but on the opposite side of the peninsula, closer to Thea.
Dogado, a sea republic on the Inicetan Peninsula, Dogado trades with all major powers of the Middle Sea. Its flag depicts a winged lion with a halo holding the Book of the Law. Dogado is famous for the masks worn by the nobility to conceal their faces and for their theriac, said to be the most potent of the Middle Sea due to a closely guarded secret ingredient. Theriac? I don't know what this is. Your shipmates to and from Legustica, do they also share the nightmare?
That's right, 20 sailors, 1 nightmare. Can I say, miss, that it's nice to finally be taken seriously?
You struggled to convince the sailor that sending money to this Lady of Dreams would not help him in the slightest, but he eventually relented. 20 sailors, 1 nightmare. One that has managed to spread to Silas as well. Speak of the devil, she's outside waiting for you. Why the long face? How does the saying go? I am stuck. Between a rock and a hard place? Aw. Can I help? Probably. Peasants dying once they leave the countryside, a place they leave nevertheless. They will all die, squeezed for their sweat, prized like the donkey is, for its work, not for its being. Sailors struck with nightmares that defy comprehension. Behold the ancient horror, the mistake, the unwanted. Consumed by grief, it will destroy us all. The voices of the dead pull you in both directions. Oh dear. Silas, I need to board a ship to Legustica, or Silas, I need to visit the hinterlands. What kind of choice is that? Can we do one first and then the other? So, the nightmare thing would also help Silas. But then, I mean, it would help her, it would help the sailors, so ultimately still people here, because the other one with the illness would also help the people of the city here. Looks like. There's so many deaths. The nightmares are not great, of course, but I think the deaths might be more important to find out what really happens there. So I'm gonna go with that reasoning and say, Silas, I need to visit the hinterlands. Now? Not now, but soon. I'd stay clear with that strange disease going around. Oh, is it related? You tell her that with Brother Matthias' help, you identified where most of the dead peasants came from, the lands of House Rizzo. He said he knew someone who could help and left to seek their aid. And instead of waiting for him, you want to take matters into your own hands. It doesn't sound like you're objecting. So long as we don't get sick. Can I ask, why do you want to help so badly? Someone has to. Silas tries to conceal her smile. And someone needs to keep you alive, so I guess I'll come with you. I appreciate it. She elbows your side with a grin. Do you need to... Wait, you have the refrain now. I can walk there myself, or you can still escort me there. I mean, why not? You can still escort me there. I'd like that. The streets coil around the hills Carolisi was built on, sloping towards the sea. Do you have any plans for the festival? The Solstice Festival, right? She nods enthusiastically. It's in a fortnight or so. The halls will summon this big ball of fire in the sky so that the day can last throughout the night. That's the everlasting prime. How long does the festival last? 5 whole days. It's a great excuse to dance and drink. It's also the time of year when the council decides if any merchants get to become nobles, so the bigwigs to be try to impress everybody with free stuff. She pinches her blouse. I got this beauty a couple of years ago from a festival. You reach the gates of the refrain, visible to you too, but not anybody around you. Enjoy the new room, and don't get turned into a frog. What are you going to do? Well, croak croak. Croak croak is funny, but what are you going to do? Well, since I don't have a banquet hall, I'll be getting some grub for myself. You bid her farewell and watch her saunter off. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it here. Okay. Very curious what else we're going to have here, but yeah. I'm going to leave it here for today. So we did meet our guy here. Innkeeper or whatever he is. We'll find out eventually, I'm sure. But Mirana's back, very happy about that. And yeah, finished the Emilia part and got some new leads, new things to do. Always something to do in a city like this. But yeah. That's it for today. As always, I'd appreciate if you let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!